Sometime in July 1984, James Huberty told his wife Etna that he suspected that he had mental health problem. Now, this is unusual. 2 days later, on the morning of July 17, he called a San Diego mental health clinic requesting for an appointment. Normally, people don't just call requesting for a mental health appointment. They usually get referred or taken there to the clinic. So he left his phone number with the receptionist. According to his wife, she said that he sat next to the telephone just waiting for someone to call him back. This must have been urgent. This must have kind of like bothered him a lot. He needed to talk to someone urgently, but nothing happened. So unknown to the family, the way the man narrated his story didn't seem like he needed to speak to someone urgently. So maybe that's why they didn't call him back. So, and he has never been hospitalized. So it was just weird. It looked like a prank call. So then the following morning, Wednesday, July 18th, since no call came, nothing happened. His wife and him and his children visited a zoo. Now, during their walk through the zoo, the man told his wife of his belief that his life was ending, like it was effectively over. Now, this is not the kind of thing a wife want to hear from the husband. Now, you can imagine this couple having a good time together in public and he's saying these weird things. Now, referring to the mental health clinic's failure to return his phone call the previous day, he said, well, society had their chance. Then that was it. So after eating lunch, the family went back home. Now, shortly after they arrived home, the man walked into his bedroom wearing a maroon t-shirt and green camouflage and slacks, and his wife was just sitting there relaxing, didn't think anything about it. So he went over to her and said, I want to kiss you goodbye. Etna kissed him and asked him where he was going because she was going to start preparing dinner soon. Remember, they just came back from the zoo and it didn't seem like there was anything else to do for the rest of the day. But the man calmly replied that he was going hunting for humans, exactly in that manner. Holding a gun across his shoulder and carrying a box of ammunition and a bundle wrapped in a checkered blanket, he glanced towards his elder daughter named Zelia as he walked toward the front door of the family and then said, goodbye, I won't be back. Man, this man already had things planned. I had a lot going on in his mind. He needed help, but help didn't come. So Hubert then drove to San Isidro Boulevard, according to eyewitnesses. He drove first towards a Big Bear supermarket and then toward the U.S. Postal Office branch before entering the market at the parking lot of the area. Witnesses reported that he said that he had killed lots of people in Vietnam in the past. But then when the case was investigated, he never served in the army. He has never been to Vietnam. So this could have been part of the problems he had, which was why he needed to speak to someone at the mental health clinic, but never got that call back. So he killed 21 people at McDonald's restaurant. Few minutes later, the police arrived and shot him. And the funeral home was so crowded up with bodies that they had to hold a funeral at a civic center nearby. But here's where it gets interesting. His wife sued McDonald's years later, claiming that it was the toxin, the metals in their food that made her husband delusional. That some of the things they put in their food that induced delusion and, him consequently coming to kill people at the restaurant. However, the autopsy on her husband revealed that indeed there were metals, pieces of metals in his body. However, he was a welder for many years and he could have inhaled those things and he just built up. But the wife won the lawsuit and McDonald's tore down the restaurant where the incident happened, and that was it. What a story, huh?